Everybody good? Everybody's serious. Who died? Somebody died? The way some people looking at me? I tell you what's funny. It's not funny. I got a buddy of mine, and he's really every other day he sends me different scriptures and quotes, right? And he's been doing that, since I've been here, even back at Louisville. Right now, when things not going well, I got people who I hadn't talked to while they sending me scriptures. I send them back. I'm not sick right now. I lost the ball game, but I'm up. I'm healthy. My dad, who's 83 years old, he's healthy. My nephew, he just beat cancer. He's feeling good about himself. So send me them scriptures when things are going well. That's why I need to get focused when things are going well. But let's get this thing started.
How would you evaluate the defensive play Saturday night?
Awful. You know how I am. I'm just a pessimistic guy. I can't help myself. I mean, we played decent first and second down. Just think the third and longs we had. We made that quarterback, who is a good player, don't get me wrong, he looked like Cam Newton running back there. I mean, we couldn't sack the guy. Just imagine, we probably missed on third down 4 sacks. I mean, you make those plays on third down, you take 17 points off the board. You really do, and you shorten the field. Let's be for real. I mean, that's how I look at the game. It's one-dimensional. If I can get you in third down and 7+, you playing good first and second down defense, and then we let him out of the hook. He scrambled. He had 82 yards rushing. I bet you 60 of it came on quarterback scrambles on third down. I mean, you're not going to win when you can't control or contain a quarterback in those situations. And a couple of times we had good coverages. He stood back there like the Statue of Liberty. And that's the issue. We need to get off of blocks and make plays. When the ball is in the air, we need to go after the football and make plays.
Why do you think they're not playing better this late in the season?
I don't know. You go back to Kansas State game, we played well. You go back to this game, we didn't play well. And there are no answers for that. All you could do is come to work every day, do the very best you can, get in the game, do the very best you can. And hopefully on that day, you playing as well as you can play, peak performance at that point in time, and good things happen for you. Just on that particular night, that quarterback was just better than what we were on third down. It's just that simple.
Vance, you're rolling with the same 2 safeties really the entire game. How close is Deshaun Elliott to not just helping on special teams but defense?
He and P.J. Locke both are close. And you have a certain comfort level for guys who've been there. And I think all coaches across this country, or any job you have, you get comfortable because it's the comfortable thing to do, like a security blanket. But just as we've played these young freshmen at corner and at linebacker and offensive line and wide receiver, we need to start doing a little bit more of that with those 2 kids.
Does it make sense to pull his red shirt just for special teams, or do you have to justify it by getting him on the field?
I never look at that because that's how you grow as a football player. It's through special teams. I learned that being around the Earl Bruces of the world. If you can't play special teams, you really can't play offensive defense. That's how you learn how to be part of a team and kind of take off some of the recruiting process that you have to earn the right to go out there and play and perform. And I believe that Deshaun and PJ are 2 guys who are gaining our trust, as football players, because they're showing that they can do the same thing on special teams now. That gives us a little bit more comfortable feeling as far as maybe putting them out there on defense. PJ came in Cal and played 62 snaps. For the most part, did a good job, and then I put him in a TCU game, and he's going for the big hit, and he missed. And it's like, that's what freshmen do. But at that point in time, might as well play him.
They hurt you run up the middle some. Did you think you had that problem solved?
Well, but you know what? It really wasn't up the middle. It's really tackle to the tight end spot. And the thing about it, it was execution. When you talk about the zone read play, it's a form of option. So if I have the dive, take the dive. Don't say, well, Coach, I saw the ball. No, you didn't. If you have the quarterback, take the quarterback. And we had some of that missed assignments in that game. During practice, of course, it always works well. You get in the game, and all of a sudden you get the big eyes and like, son, yeah, Coach, I know. Coach, I know. Okay, that's not clap my hands. That's not okay. Do your job and do it to the best of your ability, and we'll get off the football field.
How disheartening is it for a defense when the offense doesn't score or really move the ball and change field position at all?
You know what I tell guys? let's do the same to their offense. What's hard about that? It's a two-way street, right? Let's go flip a coin. Let's go play football. I tell them all the time, every place I've been, the coaches I've been with, and going back as a player, Leon Phillips should tell us, if our defense play better than their defense, we win, period. And that's my approach, always has been my approach. That's what's been taught to me as a player, and I do the same thing as a coach. Let's go out and play them. If we do that, we got a chance to win some ball games. And that's what I told the guys. I told them the same thing on Tuesday when we met, and I think my point got across pretty doggone good.
St. Jackson was acting like some people were freelancing on the D line. He said some people weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
That goes back to just execution. It's not that they were freelancing. Again, it's going back to the side play, zone replay, however you want to call it, is nothing more than option football. You know, you go back to the Oklahoma option games when a tackle blocked down, a veer scheme, you got a guy closed for the dive, and the guy has a quarterback. And when that didn't happen, the guy who closed and said, I thought the ball was the quarterback pulled the football, I took the quarterback, but he just gave it to the dive. And that's what happened in that game. It was execution more than anything else.
Coach, when it comes to Devontae, I mean, I know you're probably going to be hard on him because he's a freshman, but what did you think of his performance?
The kid made some plays. I mean, he is 6'2", 200 pounds, and he's hard to block. And one time, the receiver went out there and cut him and said, Coach, the guy didn't cut me the whole ball game. I say, son, you're 6'2", you're 200 pounds. They're going to cut you because they can't block you. And that's part of the learning curve that he's going through right now. He's starting to understand. And they all know, you know, I'm hard on all of them, whether you're a freshman, whether you're a senior, whether you walk on, whether you're a janitor or walk in here, they all get treated the same. I'm going to be hard on all of them because I expect so much out of them. And so they get used to me.
6'2", 200, people hear that and they think safety. But is he a corner? Are you going to keep him there?
I've had a lot of corners over the past 20 years that's been right around 200. You know, you go back to 1997, I had a corner. He's still playing in the league right now. He was 195 pounds, and it hurt me to keep him under 200. And that was Charles Woodson. And then I had a guy named William Peterson on that same team who started 7 years in the NFL. He was 195 pounds. You're talking about back in 1997, 98. It's 2015. All the kids are bigger, faster, and stronger right now. And so he's a thick kid that can run, has good hips, he can tackle, has good ball skills. Holton Hill was a track guy. He's 87, 90 pounds. One spring with P. Moore, he's going to be 200 pounds. So the kids are bigger, faster, and stronger now than what they were 15 years ago. And they all can run. In our conference, you look at some of the receivers you have to go against, from TCU to Baylor, the outside receivers are 6'2", 6'3". 5'10" kids, 10 guys don't match up with those guys. You have to match up with what you have to go against. And those guys, they give us a chance to match up with the bigger receivers in this conference.
8 games in, you guys are still talking about execution. Why is that still a problem this far in the season?
Well, it's been a problem. When I was at the University of Michigan in 1997, we were top 5 in the defense. I was at Louisville 3 years ago. We were top 5 in the defense. We talked about the same thing then. The only issue is right now we're not winning, so now it becomes magnified. When you're winning, people don't talk about it. So as a coach, what coach have you ever heard that they have not talked about execution, winning or losing? So the difference is we're not winning, so it magnifies the issue. So you always talk about that. You continue to work on it. It's just the details of the game that you go over and over and over again that you can't allow to happen. And when the games are close and you go to the fourth quarter and where we are at this state and time in our program, our execution needs to be to perfection. Now, let's talk about perfection. It's virtually impossible.
Kansas hadn't won a game, hadn't won a road game in 6 years.
I didn't know that.
Mental approach for your team when they say you Kansas.
If you were in my meeting on Tuesday, you wouldn't even be asking me that question. I can't tell you the things I said to those guys. No, I can't, because when I got through preaching my song, they all looked real sad and unhappy. So, but I don't care who walks in this game on Saturday night, these guys can be ready to roll. Because I flat got after these guys this week about attitude and who they think we are. And again, I'm going back to this. VY is not playing at the University of Texas right now. Ricky Williams is not playing at the University of Texas right now. You know, Derrick Johnson is not playing at the University of Texas right now. We have a bunch of young guys who are learning how to play, and quit thinking that you, DJ and VY, you're not those guys. That's not who we are at this time. And I told them that to the T. We don't have a big Malcolm Brown at 3 technique right now who starts for the New England Patriots. I let those guys know that. This is who we are, so let's get off of that, and let's find a way to get to where we need to go to win a ball game.
You feel like you guys lost a lot of that momentum that you built the last few weeks?
Depends on how you look at it. I just told Longhorn Network, it's like being on a roller coaster. As soon as you feel comfortable that I'm going up the hill slow and I catch my breath, all of a sudden, bam, you go downhill and your stomach is in your chest and like, what in the heck happened? And that's what it felt like, Saturday night. And so now we got to get it back, going up that hill slowly. We have control. We teaching the fundamentals. We executing, doing the right things on defense. We flying around to the football. We making plays. And that's just what it feels like being on a roller coaster.
Anybody play well, other than a couple you mentioned already?
Peter Jenkins, I thought, did a good job. Duke, he, for the most part, did a good job. I mean, those 2 guys are playing well for us right now. And you're talking about 2 seniors who've been around. I like what they've done. And another guy starting to come on, I think he's probably healthiest that he's been is Tank. Tank, gave us some good snaps because he's been limited, for most of the year. And we need Tank to be healthy because what he brings is great effort, work ethic. He's a guy that's going to outwork people. We need his enthusiasm and his attitude to be out there playing for us right now.
Are y'all talking to the team about bowl games? Are you going to win 3 out of 4?
You know what, again, and you've heard me say this in the past, I'm focused on Kansas. I mean, I don't ever talk those things. I just talk about what's here today. That's more, Coach Strong, he talks about those things. But my thing is I have to be focused on Kansas. The details of practice, the details of how we can get better, the details of how we're going to find a way to get to the 4th quarter and win a ball game.
Kansas ranks 114th in offense. They do anything well?
You know what? When they played Oklahoma, it was 28-0 after the 1st quarter. They've been down a lot early, and because of that, they've had to throw the football, and that's gotten them in trouble. When you go back and look at Rutgers, you look at Memphis, you look at San Jose, when the games were close, they actually tried to run the football. And let's be frank now, we're not scoring a lot of points. So if the game's close, it's a good chance that they're going to run the football. They're going to look at what Iowa State has done and what they did to us last week. And you look at our conference now, everybody runs the same offense. They really do. Different personnel, but the same offense. So I would imagine we're going to see the zone read play, which we didn't execute on. We might see that 20, 25 times because of the game's close. Why take a risk?
Coach, what's the mood like? I mean, I know Coach Strong ripped into you guys as coaches. You said let the players know how you felt. Is it angry, right now? I mean, what's the mood?
I'm always angry. I'm angry. I get up mad. I mean, he asked me a question about being angry. I wake up every morning. I'm angry. I mean, why? Because I think, thank you, Lord, you let me get up one more day to go yell at these players. I just love this stuff. I mean, so I'm a guy. I wear my personality. Who I am, you can see it on me. I don't hide anything. And so when things are going well, I'm a high five guy. When things are going well, I mean, like my daddy told me, hey, put my foot where the sun don't shine. And that's how it was when I came up. And all those guys and the players around me, they understand that. They understand that the pride that I have in this university because I played here, that's not what we are right now. It's not acceptable to be what we are. And quit walking around and saying I have this uniform on and be content just to put that uniform on. I'm very passionate and I get upset about that. Go put your stamp on what it means to be a Longhorn. That means every day in practice and every ball game, you fired up to represent of all the great players and great teams and the coaches that have come before you. What they did, you had nothing to do with that. Put your stamp on it. And so I'm very passionate about that. I coach that way. Everything that I do, I act that way. I've always done that. And the kids know, hey, like I told them, everything rolls downhill, good and bad. When things are going well, that rolls downhill also. When things don't go well, that rolls downhill. We're all going to be in it together. And like I said, we're all going to get out of it together through hard work.
That passion that you just displayed, Is that the same passion that you're seeing from your team, or do they need to have more of that fiery, punch somebody in the face type of attitude?
It's a combination of both. We have so many young guys that they don't understand it. The leadership that we want to have, Peter Jenkins, he gives that to us. Duke, he gives that to us. We need more of Pete and Dukes on this football team to bring the guys with them, have that same passion, that fire, that desire, that want to be special. That's the kind of guys, we don't have enough of those guys on the team right now. And that's just being truthful. But again, when you start against last week, Iowa State, we have 4 true freshmen that started in that ball game on defense. I didn't even talk about offense. They have no idea what that means right now. They're out of high school by 4 months.
Vince, is that why when you guys meet as a staff, I'm not convinced, it's not the strategy, it's not the X's and O's, it's just heart, looks like.
When you say that, what do you mean?
Well, no, I mean, playing with more effort, energy, I don't mean they're not playing hard.
So we have guys giving effort, but sometimes, it's like that hamster that's in a cage and it's just going round and round and not going nowhere. It's giving you great effort. I take it back. It's giving you activity,
Right.
but it's not getting anything done. And we have sometimes guys giving us some activity, but not understanding the why they're doing things. When you talk about top teams in the country, offense, defense, special teams, they understand the why. That's why Duke has done a good job this year. He understands why we're doing certain things on defense, what's the plus and minuses of the defense. Peter Jenkins, over the last 4 ball games, is starting to understand the why we call what we call, where my fits are. That's why he's playing well. You have some young guys that they don't understand that as of yet. They've gotten better each ball game, but that's a growing pains you go through, and it shows up on Saturday night.
Can you
Get a couple last ones.
Can you develop leaders to be like Pete, like Duke, or is that just recruiting? You got to find them on the recruiting trail.
It's a combination of both. I think everyone has a certain amount of leadership qualities in them. Duke is a guy, if you'd asked that question last year, he was a hard-working guy, wasn't very vocal. You probably wouldn't have said he was a leader last year because they've been trained over here over the past 20-odd years that you need to wait your turn. This staff don't believe in waiting your turn. If you're a freshman and you have leadership qualities, let's go. You don't need to wait till you're a senior. If you have leadership qualities as a freshman, we want to enhance what you have to bring it out. We don't want to squash it. Let's go. And Pete was a guy who, last year, you'd asked that question, you never could have said that Pete was a leader. Right now, I could say that because he's another guy that felt like, Coach, I had to wait my time. Who said that? You don't have to wait your time. Your time is today. Tomorrow's not given, so let's get it done today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. You might not be blessed to get up tomorrow. So let's go work on being a leader today. Let's be the best that you can do today. Let's work as hard as we can today. That's what it's all about. It is about one thing today.
Should Hager and Ed Freeman be ready to play Saturday, or are they still ways off?
My boy Hager, you should have seen it for practice yesterday. We had an offensive lineman pull. I mean, he lit him up. Next thing you know, those guys getting at it. I'm like, Hager's back. He's blowing somebody up. He is full go, ready to go. He's going to be on special teams. My man is a piece of work. But Ed might be a little bit further along, because it took him a while to actually go out and get himself back in shape. He's out in practice right now. Is he ready to go right now? No, but I think next week he'll be ready to go.
Freeman?
I'm talking about Ed Freeman. Ed Freeman will be ready to go next week. Hager going to be on the football field this week. He's going to be on special teams. Somebody's going to get hit. I don't know who's going to be hit. It might be our kickoff return guy. He's going to hit somebody. That's my boy Hager. I love me some Hager. Now, I need more of him just doing the right thing, though. You guys have a great day. Outstanding. Put my glasses on so I can